Okay, so I've talked about Maralen before. Um, hold on, let me. So the concept with Maralen, I mean, the reason why I even use Maralen is because I love fucking elves and I love fairies, specifically milling. And one of my favorite mill cards is Una, Queen of the Fae. This seems to be kind of like a 2.0 of that. I don't have to even attack anybody. I can just literally play the game and it fucking kills people and it makes me win. So this deck is like a love child, a passion project because back in the day when I first found out about Commander, which really was like about 2 years ago or so like that, the only two decks I had were my Elf deck and a Mill deck, and I put those two together, and I couldn't find a Commander that was functioning. I also I picked like Leovold, but he was banned, and I understand why. It's like a fucks up your drawing, like it allows people like they can't draw or something like that, or they can't draw more than one card, something like that. So I ended up picking Modrotha, which I'll talk about later. Modrotha is a really fucking excellent commander in my opinion, but you don't have to tell me. I don't need to tell you that, most likely. So this concept, once again, you just get a bunch of tokens on the ground, specifically elves and fairies. There's some concepts of there's some things that like consuming aberration. That's just a love child. That's just a love creature card that I've had for a very long time. It's annoying, and obviously the more spells you cast, the more people are milling. Mind grind, especially in if you have any green in there, it allows you to, especially with elves. Elves is all about mana. You got an intruder alarm. Come on, you got some fucking annoying ass cards. I mean, capability of making a lot of mana, screwing over. I mean, you got Stasis. Stasis is a fucking beautiful ass card. And then you got fucking Hidden Strings that allows it so that Stasis stays on the board for essentially forever. But the concept is to literally, just gonna draw. Obviously, with most decks, you want to draw out your entire deck. But necessarily, sometimes you don't even need to do that because you just need some plenty of combo pieces in this deck. I'm just fucking looking at the Stasis artwork right now. I don't know if it's gonna line up right now. I don't give a fuck. But plenty of, I try not to do stacks, but Stasis is an old ass card that I've had since for a very long time. It's a beautiful artwork, very simple. But like I said, plenty of token doublers. I do hope for, I doubt they'll ever do it, but maybe if they allow hybrid colored cards to feature in decks that might not have the full half or whatever. There's plenty of green-white cards that I'd like to have, like Reese the Redeemed would be awesome for this deck. Doubling tokens, but capabilities of making a bunch of mana, for example, tapping and retapping repeatedly. Genesis Wave, which I have Primal Surge in my mono green deck. Genesis Wave is essentially that, but allows it so you can get away with having non-permanent cards in your deck. Umbral Mantle, come on, man. Like, it's so classic for fucking an elf deck. Then you got Staff of Domination. There's plenty, you have Phyrexian Altar, but I sold a bunch of my expensive cards. So I have, I forgot the cheaper version. Ashnod's Altar. I have the Japanese version, so I couldn't remember. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I love this, for some reason, it's a lot simpler to just play the game, and because I'm playing the game, I'm just killing people off. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Expend, that mechanic where you just expend 4 on a turn, and then something happens. You're just essentially playing the game. Excuse me, sorry. Whereas obviously, if I didn't have my Commander Maralen's abilities, which I focus more, I'm not really much of a thief for the game or whatever. It's not my kind of style, or play style, whatever the fuck. But the other concept of just being able to not even mill, you're not just putting it in their graveyard, you're fucking exiling their shit. You're slowly making your fucking enemy or your opponents just disappear from existence. You're erasing them from existence. It's a fucking cool ass theme. So once again, I've talked about it earlier, but whoever came up with Maralen, thank you so much. Honestly, it literally ties in. It's not. I know I'm not taking it because I highly fucking doubt. I mean, it'd be beautiful if there was yeah, we were thinking, we go through on YouTube and we just see people fucking their content and we go, oh, it'd be kind of awesome to blah blah blah. I highly doubt. I mean, there's just so much content out there, but it does seem like this card was made for me. Even though I know, once again, I am literally not that narcissistic, or maybe I'm not. I don't know. I'm you know, aren't we all? We all got a little bit ego. Maybe I have, you know, maybe I'm a huge ass narcissist. I don't fucking know. But this card seems like it's like perfectly made or tethered for my two favorite themes, and that is elf decks, because of their fucking the resource and the mana and the value you get, the mana value, the value you get from the mana, and you just, because I mean, that's all this game is mostly about. It's just like, if you can accrue a fuck ton of mana, accrue a fuck ton of value or resources to then allow you to cast your spells. I mean, like, isn't that, I mean, the only other process is just drawing those spells. That is it. Because I mean, that is some, like, I recently made an elf deck on MTG Arena, and it's a little slow. One aspect, and obviously with green you don't get to draw too much, so I might need to add some more things that allowed me to draw my deck a little bit more out or something like that. But you know, Staff of Domination, fucking Umbral Mantle, stuff like that. I mean, even fucking Intruder Alarm, shit that allows me to tap my creature repeatedly, specifically the elves that allow, you know, it's like for every elf on the battlefield you get one green mana or whatever the fuck. Yeah, and then obviously there's some cards I have in there that allow me to, you know, it's like, it gives all your creatures the changeling ability, so they all have all creature types, so you don't have to worry about if an elf is coming on the battlefield or a fairy is coming on the battlefield in some aspects. I think even I might have Coat of Arms in this, or I might have left that only in my mono green, but like, I mean, I think I actually might have left it out just because once again you have two different types of creature types, so, and the chances of you also drawing that, you know, Coat of Arms, you know, with all, you know, with I forgot what the fuck it's called. I think it's Maskwood Nexus or something like that. You know, the cards that allow you to have all creature types or whatever the fuck, essentially. Yeah. You know, I'd love to obviously have the most expensive cards or whatever attached to it, because obviously these expensive cards would make the deck a lot faster, but this most likely will never face CEDH, most likely. I mean, a lot of times I get to that level where it's just so fast, but it's just not fast enough. So you might as well just like slow it down and just do like more or less kind of like a tempo deck, or just like, once again, just a deck that I mean, when they see Maralen, I'm sure they'll expect, you know, but just a deck that they don't expect when they're, you know, it's just they're gonna lose when, you know, maybe on someone else's turn or something like that. I don't have, I think, any way of flashing and stuff. I think I might. I don't remember. I'm not really looking at any of my cards at the moment. Just kind of talking. But whoever the fuck once again made Maralen, thank you so much. You fucking rock. I don't think once again it was made specifically for me, but it feels like it was, just based on it just ties together two of my favorite fucking concepts of Magic the Gathering. I have plenty of other favorite concepts. I just talked about Mono's Dredge, a beautiful concept of almost like breaking the game, but you're not breaking the game because it still allows you to do it. It's still legal. Obviously some cards have been banned, but etc. Plenty of, you know, expensive ass elves I would love to still own. I can't remember the Raff or Roth. I can't remember his fucking name, but like it's like for every forest that you own, you get to tap it from. It's just one more way of making, you know, infinite mana, shit like that. I'm sure there's plenty of more new elves that I could potentially look at or add or whatever. Maybe not. I don't know. I check every now and again. Yeah. I mean, what can you? I mean, I do feel bad for people when they fucking see I mean, it's those cons. I mean, like, once again, a mill. I understand when someone sees mill, they're like, fucking, like, God damn it. But at the same time, though, it's like, you should make your deck capable of handling something like mill. I mean, you just want it to be like, so, once again, I don't want to drag this on too much longer, but like a white, blue, black deck I faced against recently, not too recently, but last time I went to a store, and it was a utility, like a Batman utility belt. And if they ever make Batman, I hope he is a white, black, and blue. I mean, those just seem to be very competent. You just like almost have, once again, like an answer for everything. You're not gonna, you're not gonna be the strongest until maybe the very end or something like that. But like, you're just stopping people from going off, essentially. I don't know where the fuck I'm going with this. Sorry. I guess I'll end it with like, or on this video anyway, with like, one thing I guess I have a huge flaw with is I know the significance of an instant in a sorcery spell can actually save heroic intervention, for example, for an elf deck, and maybe at some point I will finally start adding stuff like that, like play defensive, because obviously if you're a green deck, you can't really defend. I mean, if it's a green-white deck, you might be able to defend yourself a little bit more with board wipes and stuff like makes your creatures indestructible, etc. So that you can protect yourself from board wipes. That is something that I could potentially do. And also white has a lot of like double and triple token enablers and stuff like that. But that's if obviously when you're playing with green, black, and blue, I don't know, man. My favorite color is green. My favorite two colors is black and blue. So my favorite three colors would be green, black, and blue. It's, green's all about growth. Blue is about like strategy and stuff. And black is just like cunning opportunist, I guess. So, I mean, my favorite deck is green and white. I guess it's, my Reese the Redeemed, which is essentially green or mono green. I have a couple of cards that are hybrid, but, there's no planes in the deck. But if I were to, once again, I'd have like more defense cards. I'd probably take out Primal Surge for I should probably talk about, I'm not talking about Reese, I'm talking about Maralen. So, anyway, I don't know how to fucking end this. I guess just fucking end it. Yeah. Once again, thank you for whoever made Maralen. Thank you so much. It means a lot, I guess. It kind of, in terms of nostalgia, just like feels like, even though once again, I am 1 billion% sure this deck or this card was not made for me, it feels like my voice was heard in the universe. So I guess thank you, the universe. Thank you to the universe. So thank you, universe. I know that's so ambiguous. Like, what the fuck am I? Sorry, I'm a little inebriated. I apologize if that wasn't, pretty fucking obvious. But this is how I get to do these things, man. And I love doing it. It's fun to talk about my favorite stuff. And it's just a limited time. I'm only going to be doing this for so long. So I don't know if I'll ever talk about Maralen again. Unless I somehow get a bunch of fucking money. And even if I got a bunch of money, I don't know. I don't know if I'd spend it in playing Magic, Magic the Gathering and stuff like that. Because might as well just go into CDH by that point. And I'm not entirely sure if Maralen is CEDH worthy, because it's very fast paced, extremely fast paced. And my Reese the Redeemed, which is mono green, was extremely fast. I just don't know. And since I've sold a bunch of my expensive stuff, I don't know if it's as fast anymore. And I don't know. I build these decks because of the concept of the story of the story behind the deck itself, I guess. I could easily not just draw. I get better as an artist or whatever, as a drawing artist, but I could easily write a script not based on MTG fan fiction or something like that, but like literally look at these cards and be like, this is like a whole world building exercise for me, and like each deck is that essentially. And I don't know. We'll see what happens one day. Maybe I'm just talking a bunch of shit out of my ass or talking out of my ass, whatever the fuck the phrase is. Anyway, love Maralen. Thank you so much for, Magic the Gathering still continuing. I know, once again, this whole bunch of fucking, corporate conglomerate bullshit, fucking, the world needs to be, needs a little reform for sure. But, I can at least, please let me appreciate, this game and at least this card and the concepts and the cards, the mechanics and the combos and engine that goes with this card. Anyway.